finally get back to work, and it feels great outside. It's October 1st actually. The weather is beautiful, the skies are clear, and the van is ready to be worked on. I've been waiting for my fans to come in. It's been about a month and a half. They were back ordered. I bought 2 of them. I didn't realize I was gonna get 2 until I figured out my system completely. Research says 2 fans are more than adequate for proper airflow and good temperature control in the van, so I'm thinking that an AC is not 100% necessary. I do have limited roof space, especially with my solar panels going on, and if I were to do an AC, it would have to be an under chassis mounted AC system, and that is a lot of there's a lot of components for one of those. And I'm thinking if I can run the 2 fan system for a little while, make sure it's cool enough in here, and if it's not, I could get like a battery operated AC unit that I can just mobilize, because I don't need it 24/7 365. I'll probably only need it in the summer months, but even then I'm pretty sure airflow and how wide open and how all these doors can open in the van, and some good cross breeze flowing in with the flow of the fans, one blowing in, one blowing out, it should be fine. Should be. We'll see. Down there, I got my MAXAIR fan Deluxe. And what I'm up here doing is this little lip that goes into the fan and creates the seal, screws into the roof. I'm just making sure everything fits and everything's proper. These little things are pretty cool, and I say they're necessary. What they do is they have these contours around the roof contours, and it holds it in place. There's little ones on the side too that go in between these, so there's only like one place it can go, and it holds it square. And when you're trying to seal it, see a lot of people put the fan directly on this, and then they squeeze a whole bunch of caulk into the side, and what this does, it creates a good little seal around everything, so you can put like one line of silicone around it and it'll seal it up nicely. I mean, these are very expensive for what they are. I think they're 3D printed, but they're definitely worth it. I got one in the front as well. Okay, marked out my square. I had to use 2 hands, so I didn't film me marking it, but everything looks like it fits perfectly. Goes in there neatly, nicely, prim and proper. Whew, no turning back after this one. Let's cut this out. Cut it out. And I'm trusting that the hole placement is directly in between those, but I was just making sure. I did my little hand measurement. It's 1.5 hands, so it'll land about there, so I don't have to cut into these sealing joists. The one in the front's good. You can see that one easy enough, the little hole, or the little circle divot. Before I cut my hole, I take the trash bag in the position of where I'm gonna cut the hole, and doesn't need to be perfect. It'll eliminate some of the particles that'll come out from the aluminum. I'm gonna do the same to the front. Jigsaw next. I'm going to use a metal cutting bit, BIM, big itchy metal. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to use that to cut the roof. There's my hole. Oh no, crap. You can do it better than I did. What I got. Look at that. I was going to try crawling through it, but it's too sharp of metal to achieve that. I'm going to make sure this fits in there good. Perfect, perfect. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint. I'm going to take everything off, paint this exposed metal so it doesn't rust. But I mean, I don't think that's a totally necessary step with all the silicone that's going to be coming on there and squeezing out. But I'm going to use that. I got some butyl tape, which is down there, right there. I got some silicone, and then I got some lap sealant, which is like basically a watery silicone, which will self-level. I'll squeeze it on there and then it'll run over the edges and then level itself out. Doesn't look very pretty, but very necessary. This stuff called Dynaflex Ultra Advanced Exterior Sealant. Should work good. I'm going to try to do 2 layers or 2 lines of silicone, one on the outside and one on the inside. I did the outside on the roof. I'm sorry, the inside on the roof. I'm doing the outside on the actual around the can. Sorry, I'm distracted. On the actual sealer thingy. And I thought I might go ahead and paint it with the flange on there just to make sure I'm not going too far over getting too much on the roof. Put this back on. I'm going to mark my holes, and drill some pilot holes for my screws, and then I'm going to add some butyl tape to the bottom of it and stick it on there. Already got caulk all over me. That's what the butyl tape looks like. I'm going to put it on there like so. I'm going to squeeze itself out, and I'm going to put some more caulk in these little holes where the screws go for extra sealer. And here's my self-leveling lap sealant. It's my man, Mickey Lap, right there. Where a self-leveling sealant is desired. I'm going to put that around the edges of my fan. So I'm going to go ahead and start squeezing it on all these screws. And there you'll start seeing it work its magic, leveling itself out, flattening itself, rolling over that edge. So I'm just going to put just a whole bunch of it. So on this lap sealant, I found it was good just to chop off the whole top like that, and then puncture a whole bunch of holes in it. And then it'll come out real nice. And getting about 3 or 4 of these. This is just one that's on there right now, and there's still some places where it needs to ooze out some more, especially on the back, down this side. It'll continue to level itself out, but you want it to cover nicely. So I'm going to do one more big bead on the edge, especially in the corners. It's where it's hard for it to flow down properly. Like I said, it's not very pretty, but it is very necessary. All right, I'm going to put the fan on, and I'm going to test the fitment, screw it into place, and that'll be the back fan done. Okay, so the instructions weren't clear on how to mount it, and I assume with my common sense that you're going to want to mount to where it tips upwards towards the back, so when air is flowing over it, it wants to push it down instead of wanting to rip it up. And on this side, it was a little tricky, but on this side, the holes don't line up, so I'm having to kind of push it down and get the very tip of the screw in that tiny little hole. And once it's in there, it kind of pushes it down itself and pulls it with it to screw it to the little flange on the underside of it. Jeez, my words are not working today. Okay, all the screws are in, and that is it. The fan is mounted. Now, most satisfying part. Oh yeah. Woo-wee. That's a nice fan right there. That's what it looks like, all hooked up, all installed. Close it. This is battery operated, so you can press the battery and it'll do that itself. Here's the DC power that controls it. Here's little manual controls. What I like about it also is it does bring in like a good bit of light. So you kind of got like a little built-in skylight. They do make clear, totally clear vents, but I got the tinted one just because of if it's too hot outside, I don't want too much heat coming in. It'll give me a little bit of a protection. All right, now we're moving on to the front vent fan. Same process. Drilling the corners, jigsawing to the line. Caulking along the edge, 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 caulking along the edge. Better caulking it. There then. That is a good looking caulk line right there. Woo! And I also caulked along that edge. There we go. Here. Push it down, push it down, push it down. Nice. Well, I was tired of going up and down this ladder. I've been up and down it 15 times, so I thought I brought everything. And all my batteries are dead. And my last one is right there. Okay, here we go. Oh, just do it, just do it. Just go up the ladder, down the ladder. Holes pre-drilled, butyl tape applied. Stuck into place. Screw time. Yeah, definitely get 3 lap sealer tubes. I ran out with that much more to go. Guess I'll have to order some more. And Amazon is the only place I can find it. I can't go to the store and buy some. So I hope adding fresh lap sealant to cured lap sealant, which this will be cured by the time I get the new stuff, I hope it will all be okay. But that's pretty sealed with another bead of silicone underneath that, so if it rains, it's no big deal, but I would like that to be completely lap sealed. What's kind of nice about them is you can't even really see them at all when they're up there. With some they're like way back, and you can kind of start seeing that one. But they're pretty low profile. Well, in that split second for you guys, it's been about 4 days for me. I finally got a new tube of lap sealant. I went to North Carolina for a couple days in the van. It's kind of its christening trip. I was going to put some video footage in this video, but it's already too long. I was just editing it. And let me show you something. Got a leaf stuck in it as it was curing, and I guess as I was driving and it wasn't fully cured, the wind was blowing it back. And it's still kind of squishy. It's not fully cured after 3 days. So I recommend not driving your van until your lap sealant is fully cured. Went ahead, undid those screws. So with this, it's kind of like a clay. I'm just going to push it down and then put a new bead of the new stuff on there, and hopefully that'll be a good sealer. There's some places where some air bubbles got in there also. But the back looks pretty good. See, there's an air bubble. Those are the screws. But overall, it's pretty sealed. Okay, I just finished putting a bead of lap sealant around, and I'm going to let it level itself out before I put the fans back on, because it might touch it. So that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching, for liking, subscribing, commenting if you have any questions. I know I'm not that deep into the van build yet, but I hope I can bring you guys some wisdom, knowledge, excitement about building your own vans. I know I don't have any final product to show you guys to know what you're getting yourselves into, but I hope that by the end of this, it will be pretty cool. In my head, I can see the final product being cool. So thank you guys for being curious and sticking through me through all the progress videos before seeing a final product. Well, that's it. All right, next video is going to be, I'll probably show you my North Carolina trip. That'll be good. And I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to put in my next video because everything's so sporadic. I got pieces for every component now. I got my solar panels. I might put that in actually next. And I'm going to run the wires. That'll be next. And then after the wires will be the insulation. I know I've been saying insulation for the past couple of videos. Anyway. All right. See you later.